President Donald Trump was a celebrity long before he was elected president. As such, he's made cameos in many popular movies and TV shows. Although he may not find the Trump skits on SNL as funny as we do, we wonder how he feels looking back on all his past appearances. In this video, we'll show you the 10 most hilarious President Trump cameos. We'll also be taking a short break halfway through to give you a quiz question. We can't promise a celebrity cameo, but we can promise it'll make you think. No matter how small your hands are, you should still be able to click that subscribe button. The Simpsons. Celebrity cameos have long been a part of the Simpsons cartoon series, and Trump is no exception. He made an appearance on the 17th episode of the 11th season entitled Bart to the Future. In it, his sister Lisa is president of the United States and is struggling to make things right after a disastrous Trump presidency. While some people believe that The Simpsons foreshadowed the future in this episode, the truth is that when it was made, Trump was already talking about running for president, so he was a logical choice for the episode. The writers wanted to give future Lisa a problem that she couldn't solve, so they gave her the task of cleaning up after Trump. Simpsons writer Dan Greaney claims that the choice was pitched because it was consistent with the vision of America going insane. Since then, Trump has shown up in other hilarious Simpsons clips, including a satirical piece about his first 100 days in office and a bit called The Trumptastic Voyage, where Homer becomes trapped in Trump's gravity-defying comb-over. Homer also notes that if Trump paid less than $1 million for his hair, it was a steal. The Nanny. Years before his appearance on The Simpsons, the real-life Donald Trump made a cameo on the sitcom The Nanny. The Nanny follows the life of the gorgeous, feisty, and loud Fran Fine, a character played by actress Fran Drescher as she tries to win the heart of her rich boss. When Trump shows up, Fran introduces him to her boss, Maxwell Sheffield, but laughingly says that surely no introduction is needed, as all handsome zillionaires know each other. As he leans over to shake Trump's hand, Mr. Sheffield whispers his name in his ear. While this got a laugh from the studio audience, the truly hilarious aspect of this Trump cameo happened behind the scenes. According to the show's co-creator, Peter Mark Jacobson, Trump had a problem with the dialogue when he saw the script. At first, Jacobson thought that the humble Trump didn't want to be referred to as a millionaire and was impressed. But upon reading the rest of the note from casting, he realized that Trump was upset because he's technically a billionaire and he wanted the line changed. Jacobson compromised by having Fran say zillionaire, and apparently that placated Trump enough to make his cameo. The Little Rascals. The classic film The Little Rascals tells the story of a group of neighborhood children and their entry into the local soapbox derby competition. While the film received many negative reviews, it became a cult classic, although few of us remember one brief but hilarious cameo that appeared in the movie. In the film, Waldo is a rich, spoiled, and pretentious young boy who competes with alfalfa for the heart of a girl and for the prize in the go-kart race. Trump makes a brief appearance as Waldo's father near the end of the movie. Waldo calls Trump in order to share the great news that he's sure to win the race. Trump happily tells Waldo that he's the best son money can buy. While that statement raises more questions than it answers, and spoiler alert, Waldo doesn't win the race, this cameo did make us all laugh quite a bit. Even though his appearance was so brief that many of us forget he had ever been there at all. We only hope that President Trump's parenting skills are at least slightly better in real life than they were in this movie. Home Alone 2. This is another cameo that most of us didn't appreciate when we were children, especially if we live outside the United States. In Home Alone 2: Lost in New York, young Kevin McAllister is once again separated from his family during the holiday season. But instead of being on his home turf, this time he's stranded in New York City. When making his way through the Plaza Hotel, he stops to ask Trump for directions to the lobby. The funny thing here is that Trump actually owns that hotel. Since then, this scene has been used to create a variety of satirical memes poking fun at Trump. But for us, the truly hysterical part of this cameo is how it occurred in the first place. It turns out this cameo wasn't planned. Trump just showed up at the hotel that day and began hanging around with the cast and crew until someone decided to put him in the film. We suppose that's one way to break into show business, but of course it probably helped that he owned the building they were filming in. The crew was surprised with how comfortable and at ease Trump was in front of the camera right away. The Job. The Job was a short-lived ABC sitcom that ran from 2001 to 2002. In one episode, Trump makes an appearance as himself and flirts with Liz Hurley's character while she's enjoying dinner with Mike McNeil, played by Dennis Leary. Trump rudely asks a flustered McNeil if he is sleeping with her, and when he answers in the negative, Trump goes in for a kiss and tells Liz to call him. It turns out that while that scene was written with Trump in mind, they didn't actually think he would agree to be on the show, according to the episode's director, Tucker Gates. However, he seemed more than eager to have a chance to get close to Liz during filming. When Gates introduced himself as the director, Trump responded by demanding to know where Liz was. When he was told that the scene would take about 3 hours to shoot, Trump told the director that he had 20 minutes. Thankfully, Trump must have cleared out his schedule because he stuck around to finish filming the scene. Although based on Trump's previous statements and actions, we think there's a good chance that he wasn't acting at all, and this was just how he behaves in real life. We'll return to your regularly scheduled Trump cameos after this quiz break. Donald Trump was the star of a Pizza Hut commercial in 1995, and the storyboard from that commercial is now for sale. How much is the asking price? Stay tuned for the answer. WWE. Although Trump's term as president has only just begun, he's already achieved an honor that nobody before him has, becoming the first U.S. president to receive a stone-cold stunner. While Trump may go down in history, he also went down in the ring at the hands of Stone Cold Steve Austin. In 2007, Trump appeared in the Battle of the Billionaires and was pitted against WWE chief Vince McMahon. At WrestleMania 23 in the Intercontinental Championship match, ECW champ Bobby Lashley went in for Trump, with wrestling legend Stone Cold acting as guest referee. While Trump appeared put together in his suit and tie, behind the scenes, Vince and Stone Cold were trying to convince him to be on the receiving end of Stone Cold's signature stunner. Although he was warned against it by his aide, Trump was assured that it would go over well with the crowd, and so he agreed. While Trump's moves weren't exactly legendary, he performed as well as anyone probably expected the elderly billionaire to do so. Stone Cold has said that he respects Trump for taking the hit like a man, and when he sees him on TV, he doesn't just think of him as the man who received his stunner. That's fine for Stone Cold, but we aren't sure we'll ever get the mental image out of our heads. Zoolander. The hit film Zoolander, starring Ben Stiller, Owen Wilson, and Will Ferrell, was a comedy hit. It gave us many great one-liners and featured many of our favorite celebrities. But did you remember the scene with Donald Trump? He and First Lady Melania Trump appear during a scene featuring a red carpet interview. While the First Lady just stands there and looks stunning, Trump tells a reporter, "Look, without Derek Zoolander, male modeling wouldn't be what it is today." Many people believed it to be humorous because, much like Derek Zoolander, Trump is known for being a little self-obsessed. You still don't remember the scene? That's okay, neither did one of the screenwriters who wrote the movie, John Hamburg. When asked by Newsweek about what it was like working with Trump, he struggled to recall that he had been in the movie at all, and said that it was likely not even in the script. When it comes to celebrity cameos, Trump just happens to be at the right place at the right time. Since he was available for filming that day, he was perfect for the role. Just don't tell Trump that they didn't want him for his acting talent. 2 weeks' notice. While you would think you'd want to keep Trump as far away from the set of a romantic movie as possible, he made a cameo in the 2002 film 2 Weeks' Notice, starring Hugh Grant and Sandra Bullock. He played himself and is seen interacting with Hugh Grant during a scene taking place at a cocktail party. Grant's character, George Wade, is also an arrogant billionaire, so it seems as if the two would have a lot to talk about. Trump accuses Wade of being dumped within seconds of the two greeting one another. Wade claims that the two came to a mutual understanding that she could no longer stand to be around him. The ever-sympathetic Trump then states his intent to steal away Wade's new chief counsel before heading off, presumably to do so. With Trump's penchant for turning up on film sets, sometimes it's fun to wonder if he is even aware that he's acting. We could definitely see the incredibly blunt Trump behaving like this at a get-together off-camera. The Fresh Prince of Bel-Air. The Fresh Prince of Bel-Air starred a young Will Smith as a fictional version of himself who is sent to live with his wealthy relatives in their Bel-Air mansion. Since the show featured many characters who were supposed to possess great wealth, it was only a matter of time before billionaire Trump made an appearance on set. Both Trump and his now ex-wife Marla Maples appeared in the 1994 episode For Sale by Owner. He plays his favorite character of all time, himself, and is interested in purchasing the bank's home. When he and Marla come to view the property, he appears amused when various cast members throw themselves at him, desperate for his approval. Rather than showing off his signature dance moves, Carlton is overwhelmed upon catching sight of Trump and immediately faints after exclaiming, "It's the Donald!" Hillary tells him that he looks much richer in person, and we're sure that's something he's quite used to hearing. Although Trump sure shows off his acting chops when he claims that he likes keeping a low profile while maintaining a straight face. That just may be his best performance to date. Money Never Sleeps. This is the best Trump cameo you've never seen. Trump was set to appear as himself in the Oliver Stone film Wall Street, Money Never Sleeps. The film was packed with big-name actors and actresses and ended up being a box office success. Although the film was missing one important element, a Donald Trump cameo. Stone ended up cutting out a scene featuring Trump, and it's only available in the extended cut of the film. While it's pretty funny that he agreed to be in a film about corporate greed in the first place, we bet getting his scene cut from the film really made him angry. Nobody fires the Donald. Although Stone stated that cutting the scene had to do with the film and was not political, he did also reveal that Trump wasn't exactly easy to work with. For someone making a cameo, he submitted an outrageous 2-page list of demands, including what lighting and angles were to be used when filming him. He noted that his skin tone should appear warm, golden, and tan, and we aren't sure there's enough lighting in the world to make that possible. Trump was reportedly confident that his scene went well, repeatedly telling Stone how great of an actor he was. Although it's hard to put a price on something so magical, the storyboard from Trump's Pizza Hut commercial is being sold for $15,000. You could buy a lot of stuffed crust pizzas for that much money. While you may not think much of his acting, Trump has you covered. He's his own biggest fan. Which of these Trump cameos was your favorite? Was there one that we missed? Tell us about it in the comments. Don't forget to like this video and subscribe to our channel. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you next time.